1A-57916, which is premises license, Link Community Store 102-104 at Roman Road, Taunton, TA1 to BK. Have we got any comments on this licensing matter? Yeah, Councillor Furley.
I know where Roman Road is, but I don't know exactly where on that path it is. I don't know if there's a map we can look at.
Could you would you be able to get that next week? As we start?
Okay.
No, right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we know that.
So that's from behind.
So they are. Sorry.
Yeah, Councillor Two.
Yeah, I think if I'm correct, Link is the charity down there, which Link Centre. So I don't wish to begrudge charity a chance to make money, which I presume will be going back into the charity. There are obviously, when you start selling alcohol, there potentially, are problems, but I don't think we have any reason to comment to decline this licence. I don't think. The only thing that my colleague Councillor Stainport said is that it says every day, so on Sundays, Asda will be closed, potentially Lidl will be closed. So, I mean, could become quite a busy place to go and get alcohol. But like I said, I don't think we can.
Councillor Stainport.
So on the back of what Councillor Tulsi said, the concerns over alcohol from 8:30 in the morning to 11 every night, that's long hours every day, including Sunday, and it's the question of antisocial behaviour. It's on a main residential road, whereas supermarkets, they tend to be, they don't have houses right next to them. So yeah, I would just have concerns over antisocial behaviour, especially say on a Sunday evening, which could create better that.
Councillor Two. Councillor Two.
Yeah, I just thought around. I'm not sure which the staff are the staffing. Is it volunteers, or will they have the correct training and understanding of selling and asking for ID and challenging? Because obviously there's a potential for underage, as we all know, teenagers will try to chance their arms. I'm just checking that whoever's manning that shop will, whoever's running the store at those times. And the other thing is, are they lone workers at 11 o'clock?
Marcus.
Yes, thank you. I was just going to say, presumably the Sunday trading hours is the law for everyone, isn't it?
No, not for large shops. So Sunday trading laws in England, I think I know what this.
I guess Tesco Express isn't have longer.
Small shops.
Yeah.
Small stores are allowed to sell alcohol after, like you will notice that Tesco's as the old large supermarkets. I think the Sunday trading laws are 4:30, so they don't sell anything. So that's why I think, yes, you've got Lidl at one end of Roman Road, you've got Asda along the other end, but on a Sunday evening, hot summer's night, people having barbecues, people running out of alcohol, it could become a central gathering point, which may be not ideal. Also, if you consider that a number of the supermarkets, especially at Tesco and Sainsbury's and Centre of Thornton, because I witnessed it recently, when somebody tried to steal a full trolley full of alcohol, and they have a lot of death in Tesco Express in Taunton, Sainsbury's in Taunton. The bigger stores have lots of cameras and security. I would doubt a store of this size, especially a charity store, probably doesn't have Well, escalation, what do they have in terms of security? What do they have in terms of cameras? So those things that I would have my concerns for those types of training.
I don't believe this operation is a charity. Looking at the company's house, it appears to be a private limited company.
Okay.
Councillor two.
Hey, can you hear, is that working? Anyway, so yeah, maybe I've got confused because the link centre is called the link centre, as you see down there. So maybe it is completely not linked to the link centre and it just happens to be, that does seem strange and coincidental. Oh no, it is. So Paul Hughes was the guy with the company, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it is linked.
Hmm.
My point was now, how long is this license? Is this a year, Marcus? What I'm saying is, will this come up for review and in 12 months and we can then, yeah.
I don't think it says, but let me just.
We do have to, it doesn't matter to be.
I thought so, yes, but.
It's valid for as long as the business exists, according to quick search of licensing act. But an annual fee is linked to the rateable value of the premises, annual continuation fee.
Councillor Staincroft, thank you, Marcus.
Is there any way you can have, is there any possibility of a review period so that we can get feedback possibly from local police, PCSOs, in cases of antisocial behaviour? Just thinking of license as a very residential area. If we can't license and then suddenly there's problems, and we have no power over that, I don't want to be, I don't want to be responsible.
Remove that license.
Don't think we can.
That's fine.
It's only when applications come in that we can comment on them. We don't have any powers to.
Does this go to the county as well, or is it just, is it us, like, what
Is it just us? Is it council?
There may be a subcommittee hearing, if the officer decides upon hearing feedback, they get the various comments from a variety of partners, including the police. So if there is a case that they need to hold a subcommittee, then Somerset councillors will be involved in that process, in adjudicating that.
That's good too.
I think so. Let me just grab the email, because I think there was some explanation as to what, in terms of how they would be expecting a comment to be made. I can find it.
We need a time extension.
Great.
Yeah, because it's almost 8 o'clock.
Okay, that's fine. Because they've got, could I ask for a time extension? Could I get a proposer? Councillor Toots, could I get a seconder? Councillor Isaac, and the vote, please. Yeah, let's carry it. So, thank you very much.
Right, 2 seconds.
Instead of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. So again, for open room, I think we will comment on this licensing application to address say like CCTV and also to get to assess police and like a review or some feedback. Is that okay, Marcus?
Yeah.
Could I get a proposal, please? Councillor Isaac, could I get a seconder? Councillor Toombs, we go to the vote. It's carried, thank you very much. Okay, going to the next application, and that is code MN slash 57969, which is pavement license application for a pavement license at the Cricketers, 15 High Street, Taunton, TA1 3PJ. We got any comments? Councillor Stainford.
Is this just the same as the previous licenses? I think it is. I don't think that's any more seating and.
Councillor Bowman.
I think it's just a case of they're adding like those studio sort of mini barriers.
Which we asked for. So,
Yeah. So,
Councillor Toombs.
Yeah, I'm supportive of this. It was running these street licenses when during the election campaign, I did speak to somebody who has a disabled daughter who said, and I haven't had a chance to check this, that often with the high street, there's uneven areas of the high street, and often the area we permit the cafes to have, and the black using, I don't know, like I say, what's correct and what isn't, but I think it's worth going forward with these pavement licenses that we check that we're not in any way hindering the access. It's not a width thing. There's plenty of room on the high street, but there are different surfaces on the high street. And you saying that what he would like is to push them where the outside street furniture is for the different cafes, because that's flat, but I'm not sure. But it's just a point, really, Chair, going forward, we'll get these type of things.
Councillor Stainford.
it might be worth having an assessment done on the high street. A number of sort of cafes and pubs and things, they have different setups, different layouts. A number of the cafes have their seating is directly outside the frontage, which is easier for those premises. However, you then have the likes of Mr. Miles, where the seating is actually pushed out into the middle, and the new Cafe Bean, and the seating is actually in the middle of the high street, and they keep the frontage of their premises actually clear. Is there any way we could have an assessment done of the high street so that you can figure out either keep them all to just outside the frontage of their premises or all into the middle? So you actually do have, because at the moment, what you'll have is you'll somebody in a wheelchair or
Left and right.
mobility scooter, they're having to weave in and out, you know, for their outside cafes or Mr. Miles or.
Yeah.
So it would be good to have continuity in the street if that's possible.
I do agree. Yeah, I do agree. I think you're totally right, because at the end of the day, you know, you've got to put yourself in everybody's shoes. And I think going in now, pavements going past different, you know, going left and right, it's just, it's not really fair. And I think from a visual aspect, looking down the high street, it looked a lot neater as well. So I think really by going by what we've gone past, what we've gone by in the past, we've agreed to a license exactly like this with the seats outside of the property. As long as, you know, they've got the barriers, which they're obviously proposing as well. So, you know, often say what we've, you know, being relatable to what we've gone by in the past, this is in line with that.
It's very nice to.
Have I got any more comments? So I kind of get Phil to accept, you know, to agree with this proposal. Could I get a proposal, please? Councillor Coots, could I get a seconder? Councillor Isaac, we go to the vote. It's carried. Thank you very much. And next one is ME-57707, which is premises license application for a brew box to Magdalene Lane, Taunton. Mark's review.
Yeah. Thanks, Chair. So when this originally came in, it didn't have a deadline date on it from the licensing service. So I queried that with the officer, Alison Evans, and she said that unfortunately the deadline for this has passed. So it was obviously sent to all councils, I believe, for them to respond individually, but in terms of committee responses, the deadline for making such has passed. I mean, just due to the timescale. And in terms of premises licenses, the thing I wanted to get out earlier was that for representations to be considered, and I do think your comments earlier do hit all of these. There are 4 licensing objectives, which are prevent crime and disorder, prevent public nuisance, protect children from harm, and public space, public safety. So in terms of the licensing services to when they will consider a representation, it must relate to one or more of those 4 licensing objectives. And I think a number of those comments on the previous application did relate to this, so we can ensure that is factored into our response. And they do say when making a representation, evidence should be included where possible, along with an explanation of what the likely effects of the granting of an application will be, which I think there was some exposition as to that in terms of opening hours and gathering of people and that. And if there are any changes which could be made to the application which would allay concerns, the licensing service would be, say they would find that helpful and to be specific. Okay.
Thank you, Marcus. Could I just, would you be able to send something out to all councillors, Marcus? You know that list that you've just spoken about, the licensing, would you be able to send that round? And also the list of, you know, the boxes for when we look at a planning application, I think it's like 1 to 10.
Yes.
Would you be able to send that in the same email? So just so everyone on this committee kind of gets that attachment, and they can kind of go, oh yeah, that's kind of what I'd be looking at, or something like that. Is that okay?
Yeah, happy to do that, Chair.
Perfect, great. So going on to item 8, because obviously that's expired. So we'll go on to item 8, which is submission of comments, feedback on behalf of the town council to notification of planning applications in the area. As per 10.1.8 of the town council's term of reference of scheme of delegation, the clerk has the delegated authority to submit comments and feedback on behalf of the town council to notifications of planning applications in the area when required, and in the occasion where there is an inability of the planning committee to meet within the required deadlines, which is 71 days, the next 21 days from the notification. So, is there any comments on these submissions of comments? Is there any? No. Okay, so could I get so to accept this item, could I get a proposal, please? Councillor Thurman, could I get a second there? Councillor Stainthorpe, and we'll go to the vote. Yeah, that's carried. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine, Chair. I just wondered, I know we had previously, there were a couple of applications that whilst they're out of time, you may wish to just draw to the committee's attention. So I think there was one on Stapley Road, which would seem to potentially particularly of interest.
Yeah.
And then another one called the direction of detached MOT inspection building on private way.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys, are we happy to just quickly look at these? I know that obviously they're out of our 21 days, but I think, you know, the Volvo and the school would be quite enlightening to have a look at. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
This goes back to Councillor Lester's point a couple of months ago about, you know, certain items that are outside of the 21 days for us to still, you know, keep an eye on. So.
Yeah.
Is that okay, Marcus?
Yeah, is there a particular order in which you want to see the two?
If we do, I'm sorry, if we do the school, that'd be fine. Then we do the Volvo after, and then I think that's It's, we have a look at, existing plans, we look at proposed plans.
Side by side.
So the further to the retirement of former head teacher at Northtown Primary and Nursery School in 2022, the on-site head teacher house block G has been vacant and used temporary. So they'll be turning it into school facility. In my opinion, I think, school obviously not needing that space anymore. I think it would be best for, in my opinion, to support this application. For the education. So, is there any comments in the room? No. Okay. So, could I get a proposal, please? Councillor Toots, could I get a seconder? Councillor Stainville, could we go to the vote, please? That's carried. Thank you very much. And the last but not least, the application 38-24-0165. Which is the erection of detached MOT inspection building at Taunton Motor Company, Volvo, Firing Way, Taunton. I think that should be the ones at the bottom. Marcus. Tree, if I'm right in saying, there is a offers for the town.
Take you some of those.
The tree is just outside their boundary.
Yes. Lucky on that. Tree impact plan, that'd be great.
So
sorry.
next.
There's actually some options.
Wonder why they can't come and go over it. So. Why they can't come and go over that one.
That one just touch the trees.
Councillor Isaac?
Chair. Is that the new Volvo garage or was that the empty Volvo garage along Firing Bridge Road?
It's not on Bridge Road. It's the Taunton Motor Company, Volvo Firing Way, Taunton. So is that the new?
The Jaguar, it's the Firing Ways.
Can we get that one? Sorry.
Yeah, on Google Maps.
Don't need to go camp doors and
It's weird why it's still called Volvo, but I still think that. Volvo is down there. Thank you. Is there any tree?
Oh, it's the new one.
It's a new
Yeah.
one.
Yes, the new one, where the Land Rover are. Yeah.
I don't look at that plan. I don't think it'll actually interfere with the trees at all. If you try to, what you do is you create more of an obstruction.
Yeah, I agree. Is there any comments? Any more comments? No? Okay, so I get in the field to support this application. Is that correct? Could I get a proposal, please? Councillor Isaacs, could I get a seconder? Councillor Staines, or could we go to the vote? That's carried, thank you very much. Without reason, that commends the meeting. Thank you very much, everybody. Oh, Councillor Isaacs.
Thank you, Chair. Can I just ask another comment on another item?
Of course.
The Brewsters or the Brewers Fair at Oakbridge is closed down, shut. as there is a lot of rumours that there are a lot of such establishments closing, which has the travel lodge attached to it. They're still open for breakfast and food for the residents who use the travel lodge. But have we seen any plans or any other idea of what might happen with that now? Or just some of the residents have like been asked some people to that area. Have we anybody any idea of that?
Not from memory, I can't remember. Councillor Toots?
No, I can't help there. All I heard is what the council has said is that it's no longer going to be open to the public. It will be residents of the hotel only to dine there. But whether do you think there's something more coming down the line?
Yes, there is talk nationally of the chain, the parent company own that chain of that they are closing down, and there were rumours of a Morrison's Highway Express, like the Tesco Express, just up the road from that, if that makes sense. But that's probably it. The rumours. I just wondered, I think on the committee that's heard more substance.
I think we'll keep our ears nice and brown. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Really appreciate it.
Okay, well done.
Well done.